Right, so what we've got here is a really good multiple choice question. It will rely on a lot of understanding, but not too much working. But let's just unpack it a little bit. We're given the graph of a derivative of a function, which turns out to be a straight line. We've got to establish which of the following four options could have been the original function. Now, that's the first thing that you need to be careful of. We're talking about working backwards from the derivative to the original function. Algebraically, we'd call that integration, but you don't need to have studied integration to understand how to approach this question. So we can see that two of the options are horizontal straight lines, so they represent constant functions, and then the other two options are different kinds of parabola. So what is the correct answer in this case? So we're ending up with a straight line. In other words, what do you have to differentiate to end up with a straight line? So let's just look at if we had a parabolic function, ax squared plus bx plus c, and we differentiated that, we can see that we would end up with a straight line. Okay, so if we're ending up with a straight line, the original function was a parabola. So we can exclude A and C as options. Now those two have been thrown in as what we call distractors because they kind of look plausible. They would catch out students who perhaps thought, oh, okay, well, what I need to do is differentiate the straight line. And when you differentiate a straight line, what do you get? Well, if f of x equals mx plus c, the derivative of that would simply be a constant m. So that would be a horizontal straight line. So A and C would perhaps catch out students who've got the process the wrong way around. So we've established that it's a parabola. So it's either B or D. But which one is it? So the parabola under option B, if we know our work on parabolas, we would know that if A is positive, the coefficient of x squared, we'd get a graph that looks like that. And if A is negative, we'd get a graph that looks like that. Okay, well, what we notice is that the line definitely has a negative gradient. Okay, so if A in the straight line has got a negative value, then working backwards, we can see, well, that same A would be negative in the parabola, the coefficient of x squared. And therefore, we know that A is negative with the parabola, and therefore B must be the answer and not D.